Good morning, everybody. I'm just on a minute early so I can finish setting up. Should be okay. Forward a little bit. There we go. Okay, hope everyone's all right this morning. Sun is shining at the moment, which is always nice. Let's see if we can find it on the other phone. There we go. Hi, Michelle. I have to say, I was very jealous of seeing you with those Highland cows the other day. They looked absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Julie. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Andreen. Oh, no sunshine in Yorkshire, Jill. Well, that's no good, is it? Got there. I had that. You looked like you had the best time. They were gorgeous. Hi, Virginia. Hi, Gemma. Just wait for everybody to arrive. I'll try and remember at the end as well, but don't forget that Julie's got a live tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock as well, with that lovely spring coloured card and a bit of double stenciling, I think. Hi, Susan. Hi, Brenda. So, welcome to the first Technique Tuesday. How exciting is this? Try and cover something different every fortnight. We're going to start today with some origami. Yeah, double stenciling. That looks good. That's something I'm not always that good at, so be good to find some tips. So as you saw in the picture, let's raise this one, bring that over a little bit. We're going to make this picture, but it could also be a card front if you wanted to. If you were making a special card for somebody, pop it in a box. Because as you can see, the origami makes it really 3D. And we're going to be using Hazel's beautiful papers. I think we forget just how versatile these papers are because they've got so much detail and colour and texture and structure to them. You can do so much with them. I don't know if you can see this. Let's bring it up. We're going to be doing a bit of dry embossing as well. That's it. So just here, because the paper has got the white core, it means you can do things like that. That's it. Okay, so if I show you the front sheet, you can just see how many beautiful colours there are on this paper. And they're double-sided, so it's brilliant for things like origami or flowers, anything with structure to it, because you haven't got to worry about there being white underneath that you need to hide. You see that, just bring that over a bit. So if you haven't got this paper pack yet, there's 36 sheets. You've got 2 of each design and all those gorgeous colours. I especially love them because they've got the wood grain effect, which I always love. So you can make them quite modern or country chic, bit of shabby chic. There we go. So that's what we'll be using. I will pop a list on the group page later and add it to the files so that you've got a full list of materials and some brief instructions just in case. Okay, so let's make a start. So pop the picture to one side, try and put it over there. That's it. We'll also be using the Circles Medley, which is one of my absolute favourites, and the Backgrounds to stencil, which is so handy, and the butterfly mask from the Butterfly and Dragonfly stencil. There we go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we'll take a piece of the wood grain effect paper. I've gone for the nice tealy and brown colour. And we're going to need a scoreboard and a bone folder. And what you're going to do is line up where the thick lines are on the paper and score down, and just move it along to the next groove so you're lining it up. Go down again, and this is a whole sheet of the 8x8. There we go. Go down this one, be quite firm, line that one up, score down to this one, all the way down, and then that one. Doesn't matter if you're a little bit off. This is all just as I like doing, adding some texture, a bit of distress into the background as well. Okay, don't worry, Tina. Right, then we're going to turn that over, and you're going to find where you've just scored and go down it again. So here, line it up there. Might seem a bit of a faffy way to do it, but I couldn't think of any other way. Because we need the mountain fold to be on the front, and I thought, well, if I do it from the back, I'm not going to see where the line is. Okay, and the next one, line that up. Go in. So, and again. Keep an eye on the phone as well. There we go. Next one, line that up, keep it nice and straight. And the last one. So literally just pushing it back through the paper again. So then when we turn it over, we've now got the ridges across the top. Right, let's move this out of the way. Clunk, clunk. Now, what we're going to do is sand this down. I've got this old stamping block, which I think I originally got from Hobbycraft, possibly. But you can pick these up in lots of places, especially the big place beginning with an A. And we're just going to lightly skim across the top. You could also wrap some fine sandpaper over a wooden block or something similar. This is just handy because it's Velcro, so it stays on. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. I'll bring it up in a minute. I don't know if you can see, but the lines are now coming through white. I'm just going to go around the edges to distress these slightly as well. You can do as much or as little as you like. Give that a turn. Hello, Philip. Okay, that should be fine. Now what I've got here is just an old paintbrush. I think it was a kid's one that I got ages ago. I'll just lightly go over my block and then just go over the paper, because you do get rather a lot of dust coming off. So we want to get rid of most of this. That's it. Let's pick this up, give you a closer look. There we go. Wait for the feed to catch up. It's great on this paper, isn't it? There we go. Hazel's paper especially is great for this. It really is. Right, let's give the map a wipe. Covered in dust. That's it. Using my trusty crusty cloth again. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is dry emboss the butterfly. Okay, so it's going to be slightly different with whatever machine you use, with whatever die cutting machine you've got. I've got one of the old Craftwell machines, Cut and Boss I think it was called. So with this one it's the thick base plate first, and then an embossing mat, which is this one here. Again, they slightly differ as well. And then you want your paper, but you want the back side facing upwards. So let's think about this. Make sure it fits on there. And then you're going to place the mask on top of this. I thought I'd do it slightly differently. So we'll pop that there. And as long as you've got that mat underneath, it's going to work. And then it's the two, this one it's the A plates. As you can see, they're rather well loved. Okay. And we're just going to pass this over to Brian to run through the machine on the other side of the room. That's it. And then we can show you what happens. Hi, Helen. Washing machine takes quite a little while now. I know the newer ones take hardly any time at all. But while it's working, I shall carry on using it. Hi, Sandra. Here we go. Let's have a look. There we go. So I've got some stencil glue on the back of that one. I'm just going to move this out of the way, and this is a handy tip before you run it through again. When you're dry embossing, what happens is you put one thing through, then you need to treat it before you put it through again, because otherwise when it goes through a second time, this first one is going to end up being squashed and you'll lose it. So we're going to rub over again. Should start to see the butterfly come through. I just think that's so magical how that happens. It's almost as good as embossing powder. Going to give that a brush through again. There we go. And then we're going to put it through again with the butterfly in a different place. Let's move these. Move this up slightly. Just going to put some extras on this time. You know, you make something and then you think, ah, I could have done that. Put that through that way. Flip those over. That's going to go through again. Just pass this over. It's my handy assistant.
Julie says it's good to have her assistant, so.
Well, Julie, that was trial and error really. I was doing it with some dies the other day, and I thought I'd be able to layer things up, and of course when I put it through again it all got squashed. So, but it was only a bit of white card, it's fine. We've all got lots of bits of paper and card lying about, haven't we? Okay, let's check this one. Peel that away. So, give this one another sand. I'm going to add a third one to this one. So, again. Some of this might end up being covered up, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, give it another brush, get rid of all the dust. If you're worried about the dust, if you have asthma or anything like that, then make sure you're somewhere ventilated, or pop a mask on, or whatever you would normally do to protect yourself. Okay, so this one's going to go down the bottom. Let's line this up. Move that over slightly. Pop him down there. Okay, and go through once again. Of course, you can always try it the other way around as well, with the side of paper, whether you want it embossed or debossed. Looks quite cool. Bit of that. Here it comes. Up on the machine. I've never changed the plates on this machine either, which is pretty good going. Oh, it's all learning, isn't it? Definitely. That's what makes it so fun as well. Learning different things all the time. Right, okay. Him over there. So that's that done. There's so many places to learn from and pick things up from now as well. Like I said last week, I didn't have internet, or we just had ordinary analogue television, so the only place I was picking things up from was magazines. There we go. Last one, brush this off. It's nice and clean. We don't want any of the paper dust getting caught up in anything else. Give that a wipe off. That's it. Okay, let's bring this up. See which one we can see. Just wait for the feed to catch up. There we go. It just makes a difference. It's subtle, it's there. Just add to the whole design. Obviously you can coordinate it with, if you wanted to put flowers on there, paper flowers, origami flowers, you could use the flowers on the background. If you wanted to do it with the dragonfly, you could. I know there are some origami patterns out there to make dragonflies. you could if you wanted a simple card. Done. Yes, and for scrapbooks, because it turns out flat. It would be ideal for a scrapbook. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is a little bit of stenciling. I've got the backgrounds too. I've got frayed burlap distress oxide for this one, because it seemed to be a good colour match for the paper underneath. And I'm just using an old brush I've got. I haven't got any of those fancy brushes yet. But this works just fine. And if you look, see where there's a little bit of a gap. Let's line this up, make life easier. So then you know you're going to get a nice straight edge. Just randomly, as much as possible, haven't got to cover the whole lot, just pick up along the edge. So, see how that is. Yep, that's fine. And then I think we'll go along the bottom edge as well. You can overlap it slightly, it really doesn't matter. And then again, you don't have to do the whole thing. Make an arch there. There we go.
Nice comment by Phillipa saying how much she's learned from her lives, what you do.
It's so helpful, isn't it? Especially as crafting is just one of those go-to, what should I call it? Not even a hobby. It's more than a hobby, crafting. It's yeah. It's just the best thing for so many people, for coping, for mindfulness. There we go. Just going to bring it up there. Thank you very much, Philip. We always learn so much from Julie anyway, don't we? It is good for the soul. It really is. I'm going to pop some in this corner as well. When I made this the first time, I did it after I put everything on, but this way will work a lot easier. A little bit dragging down there. As you can see, I'm not filling in the whole stencil. In some areas I've got more on than others. Just like it's bits of faded fabric. tiny bit there in the corner. Put as much or as little on as you like. There we go. So that just adds to the frame. You could add some with a blending brush all the way around as well if you wanted to. That would look lovely. Let's just move this out of the way. We'll have a bit of a clean up. There we go. Let's get that squirt of water. That off. Give it a proper wash later. Because you can bet if I just put that to one side and I go to use it again, I'll end up with brown mixed in with what I'm doing as well. And we're just going to add some little details. Yeah, it's a good thing to do in between, isn't it, Philip, to see if you've had a stressful day at work or even with family life or anything, and you can take yourself away for a little bit. Okay, so I've got the 3 little dots stamp. Let me show you on the packet. In the circles medley. Just 3 little dots there. Just going to add in some detail across there as well. Just something nice and dainty and delicate. I'm going to use the same ink colour, the frayed burlap, in the outside. I'm just going to add some random dots. If you wanted to, you could add in glossies as well. Some of these will be covered up. It just adds a nice, like butterflies really, it's fluttery. So, let's keep going, different angles. Give some interest to the background. You could of course use whatever stamp you like, but I've always loved the 3 little dots. Cover the page. Once we've put the origami on top, you could always go back in again. That's why I'm using a little block. No, I think that's fine. Let's just give this a wipe. That ink. There we go. Get the lid back on the ink so it doesn't start drying. Put that away. Okay, let's bring this up. And that's just adding to what you've already got in the paper. It's putting your own spin on it as well. There you go. You could do as much or as little as you like. Okay, so doesn't it, Michelle? Yeah, I mean, you could use, I mean, that's another technique on its own really, isn't it? You could use it completely separately. Now I've got the back of an old pizza box, which are brilliant for making, if you're going to make this as a picture. They've got the right amount of strength to take something. Of course, if you're just going to make the card, you will be putting it onto a 20 by 20. You could make your own dimensions as well. So get some glue on the back here. As you know, I do like reusing my cardboard. Cereal boxes are also good. Okay, pop it onto the side with the writing on, because obviously the other side is nice and clear. flatten, just bring this up so I can line it up. Make sure that's stuck. Give that a firm down. We've done quite a lot to this card, so it's not pristine and flat like it was. Hi Maxine! Then I'm going to use the bone folder, and I've forgotten what this is called now. Burnish across the back to try and get things nice and even, completely covered. Turn that around and go again. When I'm making anything for home decor, anything 3D like this, it is a good idea to give it a good burnish. Go out to all four sides as evenly as you can. This will just make it nice and neat and give you a really professional finish. There we go, that's much better. So we can leave this to one side now, let that dry. The lid on my glue, because we all know what will happen. Okay, so now on to the origami. So I'm going to do this first one on a larger piece of paper, because it might be difficult to see, and then if you need to, you can come back and look at this as many times as you like. I should be completely honest, I hadn't made an origami butterfly ever. I found some instructions and it took me a good, I would say, 4 or 5 goes before I got it off pat, and it became what is called muscle memory. So to make the little butterfly, it's a square piece of paper, completely square, and what we're going to do, you have the side that you don't want showing face up, and we're going to start by folding the bottom corner to the top corner. Line that up. I'm going to be making the little ones as well. I just thought I'd do the bigger sheet of paper so that you can see better, because if I do it with the little ones, all you're going to see is my fingers. Then we're going to use the bone folder again and crease that. Going to open that back out again with that line, bring these up corner to corner. Crease, use the bone folder again, then we're going to open that up, and now we're going to go top to bottom. This is pretty much the basis for most origami, because it gives you all the angles you need, the folds. I hadn't done any for ages, Sandra. I was completely obsessed at one time making these Casadama flowers, because I'd seen Julie making them on television. And I was making them out of everything. I was using bits of 12 by 12 to make them as well, which was making a massive flower. Okay, so now we've got all the lines, the creases marked across here. You want the back facing you again, and then we're going to bring this corner into the centre, which you'll be able to see. Now, I hadn't done any for ages either. It's a shame, really, especially when we've got lovely paper like this. And then we're gonna give that a crease. We're doing this all the way around. This again is pretty much a standard origami technique for most things, really. So, this one into the centre. And the last one, just like an envelope. That's that. I'm going to leave this like it is. Turn it over so you've got the points as it is. Then we're going to bring these points into the centre here. Turn that, make it easier. So, flatten that down nicely. As I say, if you need to watch this again, that's fine. Just keep rewinding and watching as you do it yourself. You will soon know it off by heart. It doesn't take long to get the hang of it. Notice I'm keeping one hand on it all the time. Just makes it easier for me. A nice squish again, and again like another envelope. I know traditionally origami paper is a little bit thinner than this, but it still works. So there we go. And then you're left with something that looks like this. So you've got the openings there, and you've got a small opening down the side. I'll just show you as a point of reference. What's that? See that? Yep. Now what we're going to do is open it all out again, and you'll see that you've got a lovely grid of patterns on there. I'm going to fold this over. That's it. Okay, and we're going to bring yes, Lynn, yes, yeah. I actually found a pattern for those where you we were forever making those at school. So you're bringing one side in, like so, into the middle. You can see, when you do it, you'll see the line here to fold that. Bringing this one in to the middle. Give that a nice fold. That's it. So you're left with that, with the opening there. That's it. This is the only bit that I found really tricky, and it took me a little while to figure out what I was doing, and Brian had to show me. So but once you get it, you get it. So in the middle here, you've got two diagonals, and we're going to bring those forward, and at the same time we're going to bring these out and squish. So it looks like that. So you've got these that are folding over here. It will naturally go because we've spent all that time putting all the folds in. And then that will fold down like so. This is called, I can't remember the name for that fold, can you, Brian? No, do it the same.
So many folds in origami.
And we're doing it the same on this side. Bring that over, squish it down. Okay, so it will look like that. Let you see that for a moment. And then what we're going to do is fold that in the middle under there. So you've kind of got a boat shape, basically. So, shut down. Okay. Now here we've got two lines there, which we're going to fold over. Now it's starting to look a little bit more like a butterfly. And the other side. So, and then we're going to turn this. You've got a bit under here. Let's bring that up, hopefully you can see. And we're going to fold from that bit, not that bit, but the top part. We're going to fold into the centre. There we go. Squish so you can see it more easily. Hi Rachel. Yeah, fortune tellers. And the same with this side.
You said.
There we go. Follow what you've done on that side. That's it. There we go. So we've got it looking like that. That's it. Then we're going to pick that up. We're going to fold it into the middle. Just going to give this a squish on the front. So, okay. Then we're going to fold the whole thing. Find a good position for doing this. You want the whole thing, so it's going to be quite a thick fold. And we're going from there down to there. Let's bring this in so you can see it. Just let it go where it wants to. You'll find the way of doing this. I'll be doing this again anyway. Once you've got it onto the other side, you're going to do the same with this wing, but use this wing as a guide. Pinch it there. Bring it up to that side. And then squish. There we go. And there we have a butterfly. Bring these up. That you can curve and shape them if you like. Do the same with those. And that's the finished butterfly. I will do the ones that are going on the picture fairly fairly quickly as I can go, really. That's it. That's your little butterfly. That's it. If you wanted to, I was trying out some different things you could do with them as well. If you wanted, you could stamp on the paper first, so you've got a nice patterned butterfly. There we go. That was another one I did just with the paper. Or you could do some stenciling as well. You can do whatever colours you like. That's it. And these would be lovely as well. You could attach some fishing wire or thin cotton and hang them up. That would look really pretty.
She's got to go. Say goodbye.
See you later, Tina. Okay, so now we get on to our other butterflies. So for the butterflies, I've got the different colours. I've got a piece that is 12.5, and I've got 2 pieces that are 10 by 10. Again, I will put all this onto the group as a file so you can check when you want to. You of course can pick whatever colour you like. Okay, so we'll put that there. Another bit there. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and make these up. Just experiment with the different sizes, see what you can come up with. I also thought of another thing which isn't strictly origami, but it does add to it, which I will show you in a moment. It's the corners, cross top and bottom. And we're going to go to the middle. I would suggest when you're practicing, use a piece of copy paper first to get you used to the folds. Makes life so much easier.
Start off with, when you begin it, start off with as big a square as you can.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely use the largest bit of square paper you can get, which would be 21 by 21 really, unless you've got any 12 by 12 paper. And then you can always use that one to unfold to see where things go as well. So it would be a shame to go straight into Hazel's lovely paper. What I decided to do to give the butterfly a slightly different look was to use a corner punch. Make sure that's in. Take the corners off. again. Or just round it off with your scissors if that's easier. That's better. This will just give the corners of the wings a slightly different look. Do that one again. There we go. And we can carry on as we were before. The sides into the middle. This one and over and squish. And over and squish. Once you start looking at origami patterns, there are so many things you can do. Bring that down and that one down. These will all probably be slightly different because this paper is organic. And we've put those folds in anyway. It will usually do something slightly different every time until you really master it. Okay, Sandra. Catch up later. Have a good day. Okay, bring this back in. Give those a gentle push together and flatten the centre. I'm going to bring that one over. You'll learn how to get what's best for you with regards to these. Bring this one over. Pinch that in the middle, then line it up with the other wing. That's it. A little push. There we go. Slightly different butterfly, and you've got the nice rounded edges. That's one. And we've got the blue one. This is the 10 by 10 piece of paper. Corner to corner, side to side. As you can see, the smaller the paper gets, a little bit more trickier it gets. So it really is a good idea if you use a big piece to practice on first. Bring those into the centre, fold those in, keep thinking envelope. Give these a crease, flip over, top to middle, all the way around. And again, another envelope. So we're going to unfold that. side to middle. Side to middle. Squish it out. Bring that into the middle. Push that down. And again the other side. And fold in half. That'll flatten. Using the fold there to bring those both down. Set and bring this one over. Give them a crease. If you wanted to, you could do this the other way around, so you've got those folds showing on the front. Okay. Bring that over. Push that down. Bring this one back around. Squish it with your finger. Line that up with the other wing. Push together. As you can see, because it's getting smaller, it gets slightly trickier, but only slightly. Another little butterfly, and on to the last one. And then we're going to make a very simple leaf or pair of leaves. Just for something for the butterflies to have been flying off of and to place in the corner. Okay. Corner to corner, side to side. Of course, traditionally there is no gluing or cutting involved in origami. But obviously we're going to have to glue them onto the project. Okay. In again, and get that squash down, turn it over, top into middle, all the way around. You would not believe how many butterflies I made last week. Trying to figure out what sizes would look best. Had them in all sorts of sizes. As I say, you can even go up to a 12 by 12, which would look fabulous on a wall, I think. There we go. Into the middle.
Rabbit with Julie's flowers, considering it's a year the rabbit.
Oh.
Yep.
How would I do that then?
Ah, I'll show you later.
He's full of bright ideas in. There we go. Down, squish. to there. Okay. Add a bit of a fold down to make the butterfly tails. Bring this into the middle. Just gives a different shape from the top to the bottom wings, basically. Yeah, they are. It's because there's less room for the paper to fold into. Practice and practice on the larger bits of paper first, and then work your way down. Definitely.
You could always use an embossing tool and a ruler to emboss the lines if you're worried about folding it with fingers.
Oh, that's a clever idea.
Especially with the tiny ones.
So, get that up flip. You don't have to do these, keep them all at 12.5, or you could start with a 15 by 15 at the bottom. There we go, nice little one. Oh,
where's Rachel? Up with that.
Down home, yeah. And little old Worthing. I know, it wasn't till I was listening back to the last video and I thought I sound really ooh-ar.
That still sounds like a fun stuff.
You don't notice it yourself, do you? Okay, so for the leaf I've got a 10 by 10 piece of the green paper. We're going to start with it on the back and we're going to fold this away. This isn't quite as tricky. Back on that side, so corner to corner. Best way to talk, yeah. That's it. And with it this way up, we're going to move the bottom corner into the middle. Squidge that down again. And the same with the other side. And then we're going to fold from this edge into the middle. You can hold that there if you like, so you know where you're going. When you do it yourself, you'll be able to see the fold lines more easily. So if I open that and show you, there we go. Can you see that? Wait for the feed to catch up. Yep. So you've got the folds there. Put that down and do the same this side. Line that up. Okay, so now you've got it so it looks like that. And then you're basically going to fold it. So you've got pretty much halfway from here. So squidge that there. And halfway between there and there. So then fold that over. If you do those little squidges in the corners first, it'll make it much easier. So that's one part of the leaf. There we go, like that. And then I'm going to do the same this side. So you're bringing that over, line these two bits up as much as possible. That's it. Turn that over, give that a nice squish down like so. Go like that, give it some shape because you will be able to make these nice and full, give them a proper leaf shape. There we go. And these are gonna stick down like that on the corner of the card. So it's ready to go. Okay, so that's all the foldy bits. Bring the picture back in. So all that's left to do now is to stick these on. Just get these out of the way. So just decide which way you'd like them to go. I think we'll carry on in the same direction. You could do whatever you like, really. Just got my PVA glue that I usually use. Going to pop a bit of glue on the back here. Line these up into the corner. That's it. And you're going to want to keep them held down in place for a little while. If you've got a hot glue gun, that would be good. I'm trying to find some better glue sticks for my glue gun because I get fed up of buying them and then things falling off a couple of weeks later. I don't know if anybody's got any ideas for a decent glue gun. Not a glue gun, but the glue sticks. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue under this leaf just to make sure it stays. Okay, then we can shape around that as well. Which gives it a really nice leafy texture. Hold that in place for a little bit. I think the usual is holding things for 10 seconds. I usually use this glue for everything. It sticks everything and anything really. And we're going to start with the largest butterfly. Like I say, you could there's enough room on here, you could, you know, quite easily do a larger butterfly if you wanted to. Just decide where he's going to go. Quill pop in there. That's it. I'm just going to put a little bit on the fold on the back. And some on the wing so that we can build him up and shape him, or her. Hold that down, bring that up. So, bring this one in, and we can move and give that some lasting dimension there as well. Make sure that sticks. You've also got silicone glue, but of course that takes a lot longer to dry. And the blue one in the middle. Down can be going off that way. Place these wherever you like them. You could add some more if you wanted to, or just one big one and some big leaves. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Is that what it's called? Sussex finger. My little pinky. Sticking out when I have a cup of tea. Oh, aren't us humans funny? So, and then the last one.
Rachel, do you want to show you the northern finger?
Nobody wants to see that. And then we'll have this one going off at a slight tangent, maybe. And you can put these anywhere you like. Stick them completely down or give them some movement in the wings. Isn't that weird with the finger?
Yes.
It's one of those automatic things, isn't it? There you go. Something else to learn on Technique Tuesday. Okay, just yep. So there we have it. You could add in some more stamping. You could have put some more of the dry embossing down. If I move that about, you can see just how much dimension we've got in there. And however you glue your pieces down, you can move the wings in different places. Not glue the wings at all and have them lifted and floating. There we go. Bring that right up. That's it. It's just something different to do with paper. As I say, if you haven't got Hazel's all-weather paper pack yet, I would really recommend getting some. I'll be using it in some projects in the future as well, because it is just so versatile and so gorgeous to look at. I think if you head to the Sweet Honey Designs website and check out the stockists, you'll be able to get in touch with them and see if they have the papers. But as I say, you get loads in there. There's 36 sheets, so you can make as much as you like in all these beautiful different colours. So I think that's pretty much it for today's Technique Tuesday. I hope you've liked it. I was thinking in a fortnight of doing the stamping with a stencil, because I know we have mentioned that in the past. So I'll get on and find a nice project to do using that. And I shall look forward to seeing you all in a fortnight, same time, 10 o'clock. And I hope you all have a lovely day. If you've got sunshine, enjoy the sunshine. If not, stay in, craft and have a cuppa. So take care, everybody. It's been lovely having your company this morning. And remember, you can go back, rewind, pause to learn the origami as many times as you like, I will save this onto the page. So you all take care, and I shall see you all in a fortnight. Thank you for watching and being here. Take care. Bye.